extra late in it. See how long it takes. What's that? Voila. Gotta get the video and stuff ready on this screen. And by this screen, I mean my other phone. Or my actual phone, I should say. That way it can be seen. You're watching it from school, huh? I'm not exactly sure if I can promote that. That's loud as hell. Back up, everybody. You're in your own way. What the fuck? Ah. Enough, damn it. Oh, now this bitch is telling me to wake up. All right. Do not disturb. How about that? Yeah, no, usually I would be waking up a little bit later than this. Boom, 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 boom. Of course, we have the coffee, as always. Crazy enough, it gave it just enough time to cool down to that perfect temperature. Oh, there it is. Okay, so go ahead. Ah! Stop with the loud. Bastard. Shit, why'd I do that? Okay, now they're even. Turn this fucking chat off. Well, you know what? Of course you're not going to be able to see that. There we go. There we go. Legends is, it's a game that exists. History class, huh? It is probably the better option. History class does pretty much nothing for you. Let's hope we get more than 2 minutes out of this Legends video and stuff, huh? I never had a teacher who hated me. I was universally liked by the teachers in my school, weirdly enough. Mainly because I went to an alternative school and wasn't a bad kid. All right, let's go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got a blast. Turn that up.
Video and stuff. I'm the producer of Dragon Ball Legends, Toshi, and with me today are. Hello everyone, I'm the advertising producer Kai.
Hello everyone, I'm the other producer Yu. Glad to see you all again.
It's finally time for another video and stuff. Toshi was on his own for the last episode, so this is the first video and stuff of 2021 with all of us together. It's always livelier with the three of us, but again, I'm probably going to be the one that's going to...
Bro, why does Toshi's hair look like that? You probably can't like see the details of his hair. Looks like this man's got a whole octopus on his head.
1000th day anniversary campaign. It will soon be 1000th day.
It's not an anniversary.
Today,
I mean, I guess technically it is. It's the 1000th anniversary of your first day. Jesus Christ.
First of all, I'm very grateful that we managed to get to celebrate 1,000 days.
You were gonna do that anyway. It's a Dragon Ball game.
It's been more than 1,000 days for many of you who have been playing before the official release. But to express our gratitude to all of you, we have tons of things planned through
Tons, huh? The end of March, you
I'd like to
say?
show off a few things that will be arriving.
Fucking things as long as the 2-year anniversary.
First up is this one.
All right, what you got? Champion
We have a
bonus.
special champion bonus prepared with players can get up to 1,000 chrono crystals.
Great, I get to wait 10 days to get 1,000 crystals. Whatever, 1,000 crystals is 1,000 crystals, I guess.
Yes, exactly. This is a special occasion. Normally, everybody will get 500 chrono crystals from the champion bonus, but just for this special occasion, we will be giving out 1,000 chrono crystals, similar to that of Legends Festival. So maybe, I don't know, when we get to 2,000 days, we might give out 2,000 stones. I don't know. We'll find out. All right. So next up is...
No, you won't. Ultra Spacetime Rush tweak. This is what I'm interested in.
Ultra Spacetime Rush tweak. As part of our 1,000-day anniversary...
Zenkai Ultra Spacetime
Rush. The Ultra Spacetime Rush. Technically speaking, players will still be completing the same quests by taking all their arsenal that is their character and defeating those specially designed strong enemies. Of course, we'll be changing those rewards, though, so that you can focus a lot more on different things, specifically speaking, for this instance, Zenkai Awakening. That does mean, of course, that we will be replacing certain aspects of the rewards that we have right now for the players that will be joining in later on. Now, in this case, we have rewards where players will be able to instantly get chrono crystals, special summoning tickets, and such. But after this week, players will be able to focus on specially designed Zenkai Awakening Z powers. In this case, we have characters that everybody has access to by clearing the story and clearing the missions, such as the Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Blue Goku, or the Green Movie Broly, and such. Now, the lineup will be changing as the event will move on, so you don't have to worry about constantly grinding for the same characters, but we wanted to make sure that you get what the worth is after this event, so that we can show you that this event is specially designed for players that wants to specially design their party to be a bit more focused for certain Zenkai characters. Of course, you'll also be able to get the usual Legends Limited characters, such as Gohan and Piccolo and Goku. That won't be changing, but some of the crystals will be moving on to different events. So for those of you who might be worried that the stones might just simply disappear, don't worry about it. I'll be explaining this in a bit, but they will just simply be moving to a different place. So at the end of the day, players will be able to grind out and acquire many rewards that really won't be changing from the past. Of course, we'll also have the special 1,000-day anniversary login bonuses.
So you'll be able to get any Zenkai character from Ultra Spacetime Rush instead of just the LFs.
Yet, but there will be.
It's not a bad change, but
designed for this 1,000-day anniversary. So I hope everybody looks forward to that, or at least everybody that's been logging in for the past 1,000 days. So it's definitely something to look forward to.
That's right. The 1,000-day anniversary campaign will be here soon. Let's move on to the next segment. Today's update information. So she mentioned that
listen to that copyright-free music.
Stuff. And this time we can give you a little more information. You are up again, Toshi.
I can't say shit.
So
I only
I'll
use
start by
copyright-free
announcing
music.
The new mode's name. It is called the Tournament of Power mode.
Wait, could that name have something to do with the Universe Survivor arc? That sounds exciting.
Yep. So the mode
Could you
is
sound like you give a shit?
to the Tournament of Power that was part of the original anime series, but we have our own taste of it. So it should be on the screen right now, but here is your first impression of
What is this
Tournament of
Dokkan
Power mode
nonsense?
that we have prepared for you guys. First off, this mode is already different right from the party formation. Everybody will be able to create a Tournament of Power specific party of 6 characters and maybe more, and position them on a 3x3 grid of 9 spaces in total. There will be certain boost characters that grant your team certain buffs, so there's a lot more strategic gameplay involved that is not exactly real time, but there will be a turn-based system as well. And you can play your characters in certain ways, place them in certain spaces, and at the end of the day, try to win that battle in your own way. Then, when the game
This
starts,
is literally
you
just
have to map
Dokkan.
selecting spaces to move forward to. So there will be 2 phases. The first phase, where players decide on which space to move forward to, and the second phase, where they take out their character party.
Also, why is Super
Which
Saiyan
characters
Goku at
where
2 stars, but
and
Shallot is
finally,
at 14?
Of course, there will be certain spaces granting you maybe health or certain other bonuses.
Okay, yeah, this is literally
Your
Dokkan.
goal
This is
to
literally
reach
Dokkan.
the last
But I don't have a
boss
problem with
at
it
the end
because
of
I like
the
Dokkan, and
Of course,
Dokkan is
we will have
infinitely
special
better.
rewards just for this, because this mode is intended to be something of a polar opposite of that of the PvP mode that we have right now.
where players battle it out 1v1 real time in the usual gameplay that is
3v3.
Of course, that does mean that the ranking will be there just like that of the PvP mode, and that the reward will be just as good.
Just as good, huh?
I see. It really is a completely different game mode.
I mean, I'm hyped for it.
But this is a
It's different.
simulation.
Yes. Similar
Say what you want. It's different, right? And we want different. We want more
shit. That you
shit.
won't have direct control over during the battle. Rather, players will be deciding where the characters are, and then those characters will be acting out depending on where they are on that map. And it'll be a turn-based system, but it will move on automatically, meaning you basically choose how the characters will go into battle, and then see how it bounces out, and look at the reward at the end of the day. And of course, that does mean that the characters will have their own individual abilities.
Look at all those fucking strike buffs. What the
Most of
hell?
the characters, or rather, we like to think all of them, will be carrying on their statuses and those major attributes. But at the end of the day, the characters with those special, unique abilities catered for this specific mode
No more
will
Kafi.
be the key to survival.
I think with Tournament of Power, we are offering a new.
You should just call it Tournament of Dokkan.
You will have to think about your strategy. For example, choosing paths recovering spaces after a battle. But it is not an intense gameplay mode like PvP, so you can play it at your own pace.
So it will be purely PvE, meaning you'll be fighting AIs, CPUs.
Makes
but
sense.
Your opponent characters will be based on other players' parties. So it's sort of a pseudo PvP, like that of what I mentioned maybe nearly over a year ago.
Nearly over a year ago.
Different. Of course,
At least he
aim at the last boss of the entire map to defeat it.
he actually said something about it. I have water here too.
By defeating specific enemies, by bringing in specific characters, and by defeating enemies in a faster way and such. There will be lots of different minor rules, so I hope everybody looks forward to that as well. Another thing that I'd like to mention is it won't be purely meta-based in a sense that as the seasons move on, certain characters will have a point buff of sorts of tier system, where players not using certain characters will have a special bonus where if you use those characters, you'll get bonus points. Meaning, if your party is different from that of what everybody else is using, you might get more points than everybody else and get an advantage in that PvP pseudo ranking system. But of course, this is an entirely different mode from that of the original PvP mode that we have, and they'll be completely different, but you will be able to enjoy both of them at your own pace.
This new mode is scheduled to arrive in the spring.
Spring.
Good evening. This is the Legends News. The world's first special celebration of Dragon Ball games. Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour will be held online on March 7th.
I need to make my own version of Legends News.
There will be the Ultra Spacetime Show's Another Showdown, in which the Legends development team will challenge top players from the World Championship in PvE battles with special rules. Also, the Knowledge Showdown, a quiz show that tests players' knowledge of Legends, and Ask That Q&A segment, in which I, myself, will be answering your questions about the game. For more information about the program, please check
The only thing is, I'm not going to constantly look down like I'm reading off a script, Toshi.
And now, in other news. A new character will be making their first appearance.
Alright. Was it
Start by
DKP?
checking out this video.
This is just DKP, right? Oh, Broly. Oh, Super Saiyan what? Like, base Super Saiyan Broly. Holy shit. I dig it. He doesn't say shit, but whatever.
The legendary Super Saiyan is joining the
It's not his legendary Super Saiyan form, but whatever.
Every time he uses a strike card, so you can power up the launch of all-out ultimate arts as your basic strategy. His special arts give him buffs and nullifies his attribute downgrades and abnormal.
They're pushing movies, though, which I'm not upset about. I still need a better movies team.
Not only does he have a special
Ever since the
cover
Gohan
changing strike
Bojack
card,
meta died, my
he
movies team has just been...
when changing cover, meaning even if change cover against a blast.
I want to
or
use LF
ultimate
Broly
arc
more. LF
you can
Broly's
still
so
avoid
fun.
some damage. Another interesting point is that his Z ability is the first one to ever boost maximum base health for the tag Powerful Opponent.
Base health for Powerful Opponent. That's nice, actually.
Thank you.
It's the one health they don't have yet.
We share tons of new information in this month's episode. You take part in other hour as well?
Yeah, Toshi and I will complete against players from the show.
Yeah, his hair should be blue, but I don't care. It's very clearly supposed to be that form. So I'm good with it. I might summon. I might summon for that.
And I'm glad we finally got to show up.
I'll have to see what he comes out with.
Me too. So
If he's just the unit that comes out with DKP on the next Legends All-Star banner, then maybe not. But if he gets his own step up, I might summon.
The mission plan as well. So I hope that everybody looks forward to this new content, this new reward system, and that we'll be looking at it closely as well so that we can tweak it as we move on, just like we always do. And I think that's about it with this month's video and stuff. But thank you again for everybody watching this, and I hope to see you guys next time. See you guys. Bye.
All right, so let's review, right? So the new game mode's not coming till spring, so I'm not even going to bother talking too much about it. It's basically just Dokkan in Legends, which I don't mind. I like it. I like the idea. We'll have to see how it plays out this spring. But in terms of Broly, we're actually getting normal Super Saiyan Broly and not just legendary Super Saiyan Broly, which is fucking awesome. I have always wanted just a normal Super Saiyan Broly to be in here. Well, the thing is, right, DKP was in the V jump, so I don't really. Yeah, it was definitely unexpected. Like that's hype for me. Like that's hype for me because I've always liked that form of Broly more than the legendary Super Saiyan. I don't know why, but that's just all. Well, at least for Dragon Ball Z. For Dragon Ball Z, that's always been my favorite version, and it only ever showed up for like 5 minutes. So it's kind of crazy how we have yet to get that, but I'm hyped for it, honestly. Like let me go into Legends real quick. I want to see. Just want to take a gander at my movies team. Because my movies team is like pretty dead. Like this is what it is. So we got LF, Broly, Turles, Red Frieza, Metal Cooler, and then the other two are just bench. So what color? He's gonna buff health for Powerful Opponent. So he's likely gonna do health for movies and Powerful Opponent. Let me take a look at my Powerful Opponent team real quick. Let me actually take a look at Powerful Opponent. Get rid of the fucking Android team. I'm not going to use that this season. Powerful Opponent. Let's see. So Powerful Opponent would be Jiren, LF Broly, Red Cell, Merge Zamasu, and Turles, right? Yeah. Pretty wonky team there, but I like it. And then I'd have Metal Cooler on the bench. So I feel like green, he shouldn't be green because movies have a Zenkai green unit that you can literally get right now. And Powerful Opponent have 2 green units in Metal Cooler. Well, actually, no. Movies have 2 green units. They both have 2 green units. Jiren and Metal Cooler for Powerful Opponent and Zenkai Broly and Metal Cooler for movies. So we shouldn't be green. We have enough green representation. Blue, not so. I don't think he should be blue either, because blue has LF Broly. I mean, he sucks, but it has Boo Tanks. Movies have, let's see. Let me just go to actual like sagas from the movies. Sagas from the movies. What else do you have? There's the Zenkai Broly, the Zenkai Blue Broly. There's Broly Chilai. They're still actually pretty decent. There's the 13 movie Vegeta. He's still decent. I mean, he doesn't buff the tag, but he's usually run on it. So yeah, blue's a pretty solid color on movies. Yes, the best unit on the team is an LF, but he doesn't really need to be blue. There is always the blue Zenkai Broly, who, I mean, yeah, showing his age a little bit, but at Zenkai 7, he's still Zenkai 7, right? So, and again, units like Broly Chilai are still decent. So blue doesn't really work. What about red? We do have the Zenkai Fury Broly, but I don't really think he's all that great, but he does exist on the team. And obviously, the big outlier of why I feel like he shouldn't be red is because of this guy right here. Like, this guy is already being shafted by the red metal cooler. Like, we already know, it was confirmed earlier today that red metal cooler is getting a Zenkai. So this guy's already been shafted on his own team, and the only team he's got left now is movies. So simply because of that, I feel like they probably shouldn't, because this guy doesn't have powerful opponent, right? You take a look at his tags. He doesn't have powerful opponent. Just Lineage, Frieza Force, and Transforming Warrior. So it's not even like he can still go on that team. Purple would be nice. I feel like the best possible color for him would be purple, because movies still need a new purple unit. And then powerful opponent could definitely use one as well. I mean, like, Merge Zamasu is really good, but Merge Zamasu just does so much better on God Key, Fusions, or Future. So, Merge Zamasu just does better on all of those other teams. So I feel like he doesn't really belong on the powerful opponent team. And then yellow, I like Turles, but I can admit he's not necessary for the team. So if they made him yellow, I wouldn't be mad about it. Granted, that does kick Turles off both of his teams. And I really like Turles. He's actually really good and really underrated. So I would be a bit butthurt about it, but I can understand. Like, Turles is very much expendable. He's not the heartbeat of, powerful opponent or movies, so. Yeah, so I would say purple would be ideal, but yellow would be okay. Yeah. Because, I mean, like, this Vegeta is just fucking terrible. And, yeah, literally the only good yellow unit for either of those teams is Turles. So, I suppose they could use more options, yeah. Unless they just Zenkai this fucker. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? I can see it now. They Zenkai Gohan, and his green card now locks you in. If it lands. His green card locks you in for 3 counts if it lands. Oh my god. My dog's upstairs because I didn't want her snoring during the damn thing. Well, UST seems like it's going to be a bit, at least the reward system seems like it's going to be better. The UST rewards definitely seem better. Yeah, purple is the most ideal color for Broly, but I would be okay with yellow. Hey, all right. Some of you might not know this, but all right, I've got a few Zenkai concepts coming. All right, we got a few Zenkai concepts coming, and there are two GT characters on there. There's 2 GT characters here, so I got y'all covered on the GT buffs. All right, it's 5 characters here. 2 of them are GT. I got y'all covered on the GT nonsense. All right, just be patient. One of them's already done. I just have to record the commentary for it. Like, the actual kit is done. I just have to record it. I wouldn't say that. The thing is, right? Okay, so the problem with GT isn't the fact that they have bad units. The problem GT always had is the fact that almost all of their core units only buff 1 stat. GT could have been one of the best teams in the game back when the Super Saiyan 4s came out, but because they only buffed 1 stat, they were just better on their family teams because their families did buff double stats, whereas the other GT units didn't. The only good GT unit you had at the time that did a double stat was Super 17, and he did double defense on a team that is almost entirely offensively based. Super Saiyan 4 Goku only buffs strike attack, and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta only buffs blast attack. Yeah, they're like 38-40% at 14 stars, but you need to be buffing 2 stats. Otherwise, your team just doesn't work. And it's like at the time, the only 2 good units on the tag that double buffed the tag were the red GT Goku and Super 17. And because Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta was just better than that Goku, you were running Vegeta over that Goku. So you were already sacrificing 1 double stat. And then Super 17 was double defense. And realistically, GT is hyper offensive. They don't really appreciate a unit buffing their defenses very much. And don't you need the fucker at 6 stars for him to buff GT anyway? Yeah, you needed him at 6 stars for him to buff GT in the first place, and no one summoned on that Legends Rising banner to have him at 6 stars. Then you had the green baby, who again is just 1 stat. Sin Shenron did double stats. He did blast attack and defense. Sin Shenron is probably the best GT unit to have ever been released before the 2-year anniversary, simply because he did a double fucking buff. Why is it that only Sin and Omega Shenron seem to get the double buff treatment? It's just crazy. Even Super Baby 2 only did 1 stat. And then the Super Saiyan GT Goku and Vegetas, they both buffed Saiyans, which, yeah, most of the GT tag is Saiyans, but it limits your options. You can't use the Shadow Dragons. You can't use Rildo. You can't use 17. I mean, it does limit your options for the team if you plan on using them on the bench. That is what GT's problem has always been. GT, whenever we get a new GT unit, it's always really good. The problem is they don't buff 2 stats, so the team ends up way too fragile. They can do, even to this day, GT can do damage. but they just can't take any. They just refuse to buff any form of defensive stats. And when you have only one unit that buffs double defense, it's just like, ugh. Because they also have like the same weird thing with Lineage of Evil. They don't get units very often, but all of those units are very good. Except maybe the green baby Vegeta. He was but for the most part, all of their units are really good when they're released. The difference is Lineage of Evil units tend to buff 2 stats, or they're just so ungodly broken that it doesn't matter. It's just a bit ridiculous. But I got y'all covered for GT. The first buff will also make the people who run Bardock happy because it's this fucker. This fucker is the first Zenkai. And then the next GT Zenkai will be this guy since he's a support and GT could use some support. So those are the first 2 I have in mind for a Zenkai. And then after that, I would probably... I would do a balance update for Super Saiyan 4. I don't think he needs a full Zenkai. I just think he needs a slightly updated kit. Not like a full Zenkai, though. So maybe I'll do a balance update for Super Saiyan 4 Goku. And then... I don't know. I could do it for Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta as well, but I kind of want to buff someone else. Omega Shen, actually no, Omega Shenron's good. I don't need to buff Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Super Baby 2 would probably be a good one. Because the problem is, right, I've already Zenkai'd Pan to put her on the female team, so ugh. I don't think Sin Shenron needs a Zenkai. I think he'd be another one that just needs a basic balance update. Because Sin Shenron's whole thing is just being a tank, right? And he can tank fairly decently. Like, I think he would just need a basic balance update to give him a little bit more tanking abilities. And then that'd be kind of it. Just buff his stats a bit. That's all you really need to do here. Yeah, just buff his stats a bit. I would kind of want to do one for this guy and just give him like a full GT team buff. Like make his Zenkai ability the entire GT tag just at a lower percentage. Like a really low percentage, like 15% for each stat. Because realistically, right, you don't want a team like GT to have fucking 40%. It works for some teams, but for GT, it would just be too strong. And then that'd be kind of it. Like, just balance update a few units, Zenkai a few, and you're good. The problem also is that the GT tag isn't that big because they refuse to release a lot of GT characters. It's weird. I don't know why. But yeah, I got y'all covered, all right? I got y'all covered on the GT love. I may not be that big a fan of GT as a show, but goddammit, it deserves its representation. It deserves its fucking representation, my guy. Can't just shit all over GT. Especially, I'd say probably the most popular Super Saiyan form of all time is most likely Super Saiyan 4, which comes from GT. So I feel like you'd make a lot of people happy if GT was a real team. And the thing is, right, I don't want to release Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just to try and fix GT because he won't fix GT. He'll just buff fusions. Like any Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta they release, even if he buffs GT, it's not going to matter. They're just going to chuck him on fusions. So that's why I don't want to release a Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta with the intention of fixing GT. I would want GT to already be fixed by that point. Because otherwise you're not going to run him on GT. You're just going to run him on fusions. Oh, I would love to buff Super Warriors more. I've only actually Zenkai'd one Super Warrior, and that was the Blue Krillin. Oh, what else could use some love here? I'm going to take a look at the Regen tag. Regen is making a big comeback right now. I feel like I feel like Regen could be climbing up to be one of the better teams in the game again. They are definitely getting some good units. I'm not that big a fan of the new Buhan, if I'm being honest with you. He's a one-trick pony, and you guys know how much I hate one-trick pony units. He's got good blast damage after you build him up a ridiculous amount. He's good. He's free. I mean, you should use him, but I'm just not that big a fan of him. I'm not going to lie. I would actually still rather use Nail than use that Buhan. I would actually still rather use Nail. We did make a Sparking TN for Super Warriors a while ago. Did a whole stream designing his kit. Regen tag is, weirdly enough, there aren't that many regen units in the game. I mean, there's more than a lot of tags, but it's not as big as one might think for how dominant it once was. Bro, make Team Bardock a thing again. Team Bardock only got to exist for like 3 weeks. Team Bardock actually only got to exist for like 3 weeks. This guy's still so good, too. It's honestly a shame. He's still really good. Now, yes, having him at 9 stars helps him be good, but shut up. Either way, he's still good. I mean, if they Zenkai'd UI Goku, I'd just be sitting here like, huh. Hold on. Where the fuck? Oh, it's all the way down here. I'd be like, huh. That's unfortunate. I mean, bro, I'm still looking unfortunate about Beerus. To this day, I only have one LF Zenkai, and it's the fucked one. Because Game Press is retarded, that's why. The only way you could get me to use this Gohan in PvP is if LF Super Saiyan 3 got Zenkai'd, and I could actually Zenkai him. But my LF Super Saiyan 3 is not quite there. We are suffering at 4 stars. You don't factor in Zenkai's. Tier 1 is Z tier. I mean, I have a lot of Zenkais, but like that's my full list of Zenkai units. But how many of them do I have at Zenkai 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I have 8 units at Zenkai 7. Wait, no, I have 10. I forgot about Vegeta and Raditz. I have 10 units at Zenkai 7. Blue Spirit Bomb Goku's everything is bad. Except his super attack. I mean, at least Red Frieza got to exist longer than Gogeta did. That's how I feel about Cooler Zenkai. At least Red Frieza got to exist longer than Gogeta Blue did. I might Zenkai Cooler. I don't know. We'll have to see what his kit looks like. Because I do really enjoy running LOE, so I didn't Zenkai Yellow Frieza. And I mean, I have the fucking crystals. I have the fucking crystals, so I might. So I just haven't used any of my crystals in so long. I only did like one rotation on the Future Gohan banner, and then I only did 2 multis on the Legends All-Star banner. Yeah, I might get Blue Cooler to Zenkai 7 when he comes back. Thing is, I don't feel like I have to because he's still really good at Zenkai 1, and I have Zenkai 7 EX Frieza. I don't feel like I need him at Zenkai 7. Or maybe it's just the fact that if I do get into Zenkai 7, it'll invalidate the Frieza. And then the 2,000 energy I spent getting in the Zenkai 7 just goes down the toilet. I mean, yeah, I could run them together, but blue, purple setup. LOE is just a fun team. She'd have to be better than 18 by default. 18 is only as good as she is because she copies Kefla. Kefla would have to be better than 18 by default. Kefla already is probably better than 18. Her card draw speed is permanent. She can't stack it, but it's permanent and uncancelable. She's got blast armor on her strike card. Her super destroys 3 cards. Her ultimate nullifies endurance and can cause feint. It's like Kefla literally does everything that 18 can't. Yeah, I really hope they change up the Rush Limited banner. It's so bad. Yeah. Zenkai Kefla has no choice but to be better than 18. There's a lot of units that could be better than 18. Purple Brawly would by default have to be better than 18. Though 18 would still have an advantage because she has type advantage and anti-Saiyan. So Broly still wouldn't like fighting her, but he would be better than her. Who else? When the current Red Frieza inevitably gets his Zenkai in a couple years, he will be fucking 10 times better than 18 currently is. Same with LF Broly. LF Broly literally just is 18 on steroids anyway. 18 or LF Broly is literally just 18 on steroids. Super Vegito probably should have been Zenkai'd like 6 months ago, for being honest. I don't know why they refuse to just go in order for the LFs. It's like, what's the point in going in some cockamamie order? Like, what's the point? I don't get it. I don't get it. Makes no sense to me. I feel like you could make exceptions for units that actually need it, but the one LF that actually needs Zenkai is LF Super Saiyan 3, and they've refused, so. It's not like they care about that part. It just doesn't seem very well thought out. I think they kind of just do whatever they want. They just wake up one day and it's like, hey, you want to release this unit in a couple months? Yeah, sure. But I think probably gonna end the stream here. My last video and stuff stream was 2 hours long. I don't really need it to be that long, so. I don't need this stream to be that long. Got shit to do. We can probably stay a few minutes, but I'm not trying to have the stream be as long as the last one. Yeah, probably. Because DKP was shown off in the V-Jump. V-Jump units usually come out like a month later, but that's not always the case. Sometimes they come out the next fucking day. So even if Mastered Ultra Instinct is broken, he'll be entering a meta filled with Zenkai units. That is just like, ha! You thought you could exist? You thought you could exist, bitch? No. No existing for you. Right, by the time we get Mastered Ultra Instinct, we'll get a Zenkai for Ultra Instinct Omen. And it's just like, bro, you thought you could exist? You thought I was ready for you yet? Nah, I still got work to do. Should feel used when you summon on anything. They'll make Mastered Ultra Instinct green too. In the same week that they Zenkai UI Omen. Though it doesn't matter. They can be put on the same team. But anything that can be put on the same team is not a counter. Yeah, they'll probably do it. All depends on what color full power Jiren is, I guess. Because you know they're going to come out together. They have to. Hey. Nice. It'd be pretty cool. I would not mind a Goku Black Zamasu unit. That ultimate would be dope. That ultimate would be so clean. It might actually surpass Great Saiyaman 1 and 2. DKP is probably going to be more geared towards Dragon Ball sagas, so he's not going to be red. Or powerful opponent. Could be. Fuse into what, though? Vegito or Gogeta? Yeah, purple would do well for Dragon Ball sagas. Would also do well for Regen because again, I'm just not that big a fan of just not that big a fan of the Buhan. Here's the thing, right? Coffee is a dehydrant. It will make your mouth dry. And when I'm talking for 56 minutes, my mouth gets dry as hell. I keep hitting the fucking table. All right. I think we've been here long enough. I don't know. I think we've been here long enough. It's time for me to get the hell on. Because, again, I got shit to do today. So, thank you all for joining me. I guess I will see y'all tomorrow when we officially start the 1,000-day celebration. So, yeah. Peace.